Good afternoon, Dr. Dan, Dean of the College of Organizational, Computational, and Information Sciences. On behalf of the Gwen Ifill College of Media Arts and Humanities, I'm delighted to welcome you to these Ifill COSIS. We are pleased this afternoon to highlight your achievements as students. I'm delighted to offer my congratulations to you, our graduates. Your scholarship and your service make me, your faculty, and your loved ones proud. You are smart, idealistic, and successful. Those characteristics, combined with your Simmons degree, will serve you well as you continue your careers. It is particularly in times of stress, times like the last 14 months, that your Simmons education will shine through. As I reflect on the disciplines represented here today, I'm struck by the importance and even the urgency of your work, of our work. Since the March 2020 lockdown, we have seen the difference that data make: epidemiological data, population data, outcomes disparity data, that data and the information we derive from it, as well as access to past human experience from which we can learn. We have seen the critical analysis of information, its sources, its interpretation, and its effective communication. We have seen the need for organizations to work effectively together to solve complex problems. And finally, we have seen the importance of paving the way for the next generation, helping them to make sense of the extraordinary times we live in and preparing them to thrive and grow. Our children's literature, writing for children, student library teachers, and public librarianship have all chosen paths that will allow them to contribute to this incredibly important work. As I try to look out at you, as if you business professionals, librarians, information scientists, archivists, historians, gender and culture experts, and current and future literature graduating today, or physically in front of me. I see individuals, disciplines, and professions that do for our future. Perhaps these skills and values, preservation, access, interpretation, stand out especially during times of crisis, but I think we know and feel how deeply critical they are at all times. I congratulate you again on behalf of the university and the COSIS and Ifill faculties, community. I good and do your part to create a better future for all of us. Simmons is awarding close to 1,500 graduate degrees this month and will have awarded more than 2,000 graduate and undergraduate degrees during this academic year. I am now pleased to introduce my good colleague, Brian Norman, inaugural Dean of the Gwen of Media, Arts, and Humanities.
Thank you, Dean Desjardins. It is also my pleasure to extend my congratulations and those of the faculty and staff of the Gwen Ifill College of Media, Arts, and Humanities to all of today's graduates. I'm now pleased to introduce the student speaker at today's commencement ceremony, Laurel Fisher. Laurel, as you see in the program, is about to receive her Master of Fine Arts in Children's Literature, Master of Arts in Children's Literature, and Master of Fine Arts in Writing for Children. Since graduating from Elon University in 2016, Ms. Fisher has been employed in publishing for 2 years at Duke University Press, and since 2008 at Hackett Publishing, where she planned and managed the marketing and promotion for multiple conferences. Her next career goal is to stay in publishing and move into a role in children's publishing. Please join me in welcoming Laurel Fisher.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Simmons graduation. My name is Laurel Fisher. Thank you to the faculty for nominating me to speak, and congratulations to my fellow students for getting to this day. I am sure I'm stating the obvious when I say it was not easy. Graduate school is never easy, but getting a master's degree during a pandemic is an exceptional dystopian level of difficult. So not only should we be proud of ourselves, but we should reserve the right to brag about this for the rest of our lives. We are the heroes we deserve. And I can't speak for everyone's experience, but I know that this accomplishment, for me, is a shared one. When I think about my past year and a half at Simmons, I think about the Zoom-specific phenomenon of 2 conversations at once. The one that we would have when speaking screen to screen, and then the chats that derailed our classes, but usually led to the most interesting revelations. I think about countless technical difficulties that made us laugh and our own teachers groan, as well as the awkward but generously patient 2-second silence as a classmate would unmute their mic. I remember the private messages some of my classmates would send me complimenting my rotating collection of cardigans or letting me know about a book that reminded them of me. But most of all, I think about the glimpses into my classmates' bedroom, the off-camera barking of dogs or shouting of oblivious, well-meaning parents or roommates, how we made space for each other in our private lives so we could struggle and study together. These tiny details are what kept me eternally connected to Simmons and reminded me why I came to the program in the first place. It was to read, yes, but more importantly, it was to read together and learn something about myself and the world in the process. My classes made my universe expand past my 2x2-inch Zoom screen and beyond the 4 walls of my horribly lit Brighton apartment. And that sense of connection is what I think we should take with us now. We are a community that believes in the importance of reading and learning together, of books as mirrors and windows, but also as bridges. I know all of my best ideas began as scribbled half thoughts in a notebook, inspired by the conversations I had in those classes, and made better the more that I shared them. The best days in class were the ones when I spoke up and was blatantly wrong about something, or when a classmate was able to change my mind. And I would say I would miss that community, but the truth is that it doesn't have to go away. The best part about Simmons, as we saw when we moved from the classroom to this weird online space, is that we carry it with us wherever we go. We get to share it now. In fact, I think it's our job to share it now. It's part of our purpose as graduates. And the best way to do that? We champion books that we believe in. We join conversations, share what we've learned here, but also remember the value of those 2-second silences while we waited for others to speak. With every book we read and pass along, our world will get wider. Once again, congratulations to my fellow graduates, and thank you so much for all the help you've given me and to each other. I look forward to reading with you all again. So please send me book recommendations.
Thank you, Laurel. That was wonderful. You've beautifully captured our collective experience of this past year. The connections you described, the learning together, the mistakes and the laughs helped us all build community through all of this stress. I know I speak for Dean Norman and all of the Ifill and COSIS College faculty that we look forward to reading together with you as alumni and alumni soon. We're also fortunate to have Professor Michelle Cloonan, Dean Emerita of the Simmons School of Library and Information Science, as our faculty speaker today. Dean distinguished career as a teacher, administrator, and scholar. With degrees from Bennington College, the University of Chicago, Illinois, she is a leading researcher in preservation. 3 years, she has published Advancing Preservation for Archives and Manuscripts with co-author Elizabeth Joffrion, Libraries, Archives, and Museums, faculty members Peter Botticelli and Martha Mayhard, and The Monumental Challenge of Preservation, The Past in a Volatile World. Her legacy as a dean in nurturing a thriving and unique community within the School of Library and Information Science is remarkable. Professor Cloonan is retiring this June, but will continue to stay engaged with Simmons as an Emerita faculty. It is my pleasure to welcome Dean Emerita and Professor.
My special thanks to Dean Marie Desjardins for her leadership and kindness. I'm honored to participate in this year's graduation festivities. We've expanded the meaning of community at Simmons by holding the festivities in a number of ways. This virtual format provides an inclusive way to celebrate our accomplishments, especially since we are scattered across the US and the globe. I want to start by thanking you and your family and friends. During normal times, the support of others gets us through our studies. And usually during graduation ceremonies, we thank our family, significant others, and friends. And this past year, this has also included our pets. Your pets have made many appearances on Zoom over the year, which has added an intimacy to our classes. While pets have provided comfort to many of you, they have also provided pre-class warm-ups and occasional comic relief. So let's give thanks to our human and animal friends and family. With the support of our loved ones is always important. This year, support has taken on a new meaning as many of us have struggled through a pernicious and frightening disease. I have felt closer to my students than ever before. I marvel that this day has come and that we have been able to make it through this academic year together. The concept of community has taken on a new meaning for me. We define community in a number of ways, as a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common, a feeling of companionship with others, and a sharing of common attitudes, interests, and goals. And there are professional and school communities. With social networking, we've built communities virtually. We have had to depend on virtual community building. This graduation ceremony is an example. Zoom has made us rethink our virtual and physical communities. What works well online? What works face-to-face? How will we juggle and improve our lives in both domains? You will be soon rethinking how we work in two domains, in person and virtually. Whether you are writers, storytellers, archivists, librarians, or workers in healthcare or business, whether you become educators, scholars, and policymakers, or pursue other dreams, you will be figuring out how to innovate or deliver services and goods in person as well as across the internet. You will approach your work with all of your lived experience, as well as with what you have learned at Simmons. Simmons has a distinguished history in graduate education, and some of its joint degree programs are unique. Many Simmons graduates have gone on to become famous in their fields. One, Gregory Maguire, went on to write Wicked, the best known of his many works for children, young adults, and adults. But you will come across many well-known Simmons alumni in each of your professional domains. They are members of the communities of which you are now a part. For a relatively small university, Simmons has an outsized influence. Welcome to the Simmons alumni community. This community is extensive. You will have experienced it through your internships and through taking classes with adjuncts. When I first came to Simmons, I was astounded to learn that SLIS alone has alumni in over 80 countries, and it has been a privilege to spend time with our alumni in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. My life has been enriched by the Simmons alumni whom I have met through my travels, visiting Vietnam with alumni who were creating new libraries and information centers, discussing Lebanese food and culture with alumni in Beirut, and meeting Simmons alumni graduates at receptions at international conferences. Simmons is your passport. Our connections unite us and improve the world. Only connect is a sentiment intoned in E.M. Forster's Howard's End, though the original meaning has been eclipsed by the internet. Forster used it to signify the way we integrate the opposing elements within ourselves, as well as how we integrate the value and power of our personal relationships. While Margaret Schlegel, one of the two main protagonists in the book, warns that too many connections may devalue each one, I don't subscribe to that notion. As professionals, we connect in many ways. I hope you will cherish the relationships that you have formed here and that you will continue to connect. You have much in common, especially since you have shared the momentous events of the past year. The pandemic has forced us to think about how we connect with one another, and it suggests how we can continue to connect in our personal lives, through hobbies, work, and professional activities. Zoom has made it possible to continue to work and socialize and learn in new ways as we have been forced to physically separate. How will our virtual and face-to-face interactions now change? You will be part of that change. Own it and shape it and create a just world. In a graduation speech in 1987, Gloria Steinem said, "Whatever you want to do it now, for life is time and time is all there is." It is a striking comment for us to contemplate in 2021, given what we've been through. I would like to amend her comment from the perspective of my own long professional life. I may have expended too much energy trying to do everything now when I was young and perhaps been too impatient. What I have discovered is that there are many exciting and rewarding adventures throughout life. Be open to what comes your way, but savor the quiet times too. Go out there and change the world, but take the time to value yourselves and your family and friends. I hope that you will continue to realize the potential of all of your communities, which of course includes the Simmons community, as you move on with your careers. We want to hear your stories and those of your pets, so please stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Cloonan. On my behalf, on Dean Desjardins' behalf, and from your Simmons colleagues, today's students and former students, we thank you for your inspirational leadership and throughout your career. Graduates, your achievements make us proud. Let me also be sure to thank your friends and families for their support. We know that pursuing a graduate degree, for many of you, working full or part-time, requires commitment and persistence. You and your families have sacrificed a great deal, and we honor you for that. As Dean Desjardins noted earlier, we know that the work you will do with your degrees will make us proud. We will now continue with the awarding of the degrees that President Wooten conferred this morning. These degrees were voted by their respected faculties and the Simmons University Board of Trustees and granted by the authority of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Graduates will be called in groups to start your videos. After your group's names have been announced, please stop your video.
Will the candidates for the master's degree in children's literature, gender and cultural studies, and history please prepare for conferral?
Family members, friends, loved ones, Simmons alumni, staff, faculty, I have the honor to present you these candidates for the degrees Master of Arts and Master of Fine Arts. They have completed all the conditions of scholarship and residence required by the faculty of the Gwen Ifill College of Media, Arts, and Humanities. Professor Kathy Mercier, Director of the Children's Literature Programs at Simmons and Director of the Center for the Study of Children's Literature. Professor Suzanne Leonard, Director of the Gender and Cultural Studies Program, and Professor Stephen Ortega, Director of the Graduate Program in History, will read the names of the graduates.
You're muted, Professor Mercier.
I was muted, I apologize. For the Master of Arts in Writing for Children and Master of Arts in Children's Literature. Elizabeth K. Baxter, Alexis L. Clark, Emily Elizabeth Dixon, and our graduate student speaker today, Laurel Fisher. For the Master of Fine Arts in Writing for Children. Group 2, please turn on your cameras. Leah Ferreira Ordonia, Erin Kate Pritchett. Congratulations, you may turn off your cameras. For the Master of Arts in Children's Literature, Hilary Walsh Godwin.
For the Master of Arts in Gender and Cultural Studies, Group 4, please turn on your cameras. I now present to you the candidates for Master of Arts in Gender and Cultural Studies. Clauder Aspelair, Sophia Nadia Elahi, Jocelyn Eleanor Layton, Alexa Ord, Alexis Rogel. Congratulations, everybody. So proud of you. You may now turn off your cameras.
For the Master of Arts in History, Group 5, please turn on your camera. Candace Chanel Alexander, Amelia Grace Benstead, Amanda Leah Horrocks, Haley von Spretter Newsham, Megan Carolyn Watts. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for your great work and success with your future endeavors. You can now turn off your cameras.
Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Library and Information Science please prepare for your hooding?
Family members, friends, and faculty, I have to you these candidates from the School of Library and Information Science for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. They have completed all of the conditions of scholarship and residence required by the faculty of the School of Library and Information Science. The names will be read by Professor Rong Tang, co-director of the PhD program.
For the PhD in Library and Information Science, Group 6, please turn on your camera. Benjamin Allen Hunter. Leroy Jason DeFleur. Wenqing Lu. Congratulations to you all. We want to thank also Dr. Lisa Hussey, who's the chair for Dr. Hunter and Dr. Lefort, and me, who's the chair for Dr. Lu's dissertation committee. Congratulations, you may turn off your camera.
Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration and Master of Business Administration in Healthcare prepare for conferral?
Friends, loved ones, Simmons alumni, staff, and faculty, I have these candidates from the School of Business for the degrees Master of Business Administration and Master of Business Administration in Health and residence required by the faculty of the School of Business.
Group 7, please turn on your camera. Carolina Tomanova. Congratulations. Group 8, please turn on your camera. Rebecca Wong. Congratulations to all of our MBA graduates. You may turn off your cameras.
Will the candidates for the Master of Science, Library and Information Science, and the dual degrees Master of Science, Library and Information Science, and Master of Arts in Children's Literature, and Master of Science, Library and Information Science, and Master of Arts in History, please prepare for conferral?
I'm muted. Family, friends, Simmons alumni, faculty, I have the honor to present to you these candidates of the School of Library and Information Science for the degree in Library and Information Science, and these candidates for the dual degree from the School of Library and Information Science and the Gwen Ifill College of Media Arts and Humanities. They have completed all of the conditions of scholarship and residence required by the faculties of the School of Library and Information Science and the Gwen Ifill College. Their names will be read by Dr. Sanda Erdelez, Director of the School of Library and Information Science, Professor Kathy Wisser, Director of the Archives Management Concentration at SLIS, and Professor Melanie Kimball, Director of our School Library Teacher Concentration.
Thank you, Dean Desjardins. Group 9, please turn on your cameras. Caitlin Olair, Sarah Madeline Allwarden, Alexis Arcaro, Elizabeth Green Armstrong, Lauren Nicole Bacon, Catherine Elizabeth Bailey, Olivia Morgan Bates, Jacqueline Christine Bateman, Adam Roland Beckwith, Stephanie Elizabeth Bennett. Congratulations, graduates. Please turn off your cameras. Group 10, please turn on your cameras. Cindy Michelle Bistori, Francesca Bucella, Kimberly V. Campbell, Ross Michael Cannon, Jessica Marie Carlson, Barbara Carrera, Marianne Elaine Cerruti, Lauren Marie Cartier. Congratulations. Please turn off your cameras. Group 11, please turn on your cameras. Gianna Christopher. Abby Jane Klinger. Jennifer Lynn Koale. Renee Elizabeth Combs. Rebecca R. Connell. Kelly A. Costello. Polly C.H. Courier. Danielle Lashwan Davis. Congratulations, graduates. You may turn off your cameras. Group 12, please turn on your cameras. Rebecca Delali Davis. Carly May Delbar. Faith Elizabeth Long Denny. Jessica D'Onofrio. Jessica Marilyn Dose. Jesselyn Rose Drizen Bauman. Caitlin Lee Ekman. Julia Louise Egan. Shaina Contessa Erickson. Megan Keenan Este. Congratulations, graduates. You may turn off your cameras. Group 13, please turn on your cameras. Katrina Gabrielle Ferguson. Emily Louise Gagnon. Samantha Daryl Gill. Jenna Roxanne Gillis. Megan Marie Green. Dane Alexander Groves. Karen Stephanie Guatemala. Aislinn Gibbons. Congratulations. You may turn off your cameras.
Professor Wisser, you are muted.
Of course I am. Group 14, please turn on your camera. Jacob Wolf Heisler. Elena Carol Hinkle. David Joshua Husel. Catherine Ida Hughes. Amanda Jabir. Lauren Shannon Jefferson. Lisa Jean Jenkins. William Keeler. Jean Kent Kennedy. Congratulations, graduates. You may turn off your cameras. Group 15, please turn on your camera. Robin S. Kikuchi. Juan Sarah Kim. Morgan Kirkpatrick. Jacob David Kowal. Nanju Kwan. Emma Ursula Lau. Tiffany S. Lewis Lockhart. Ivan Tonathiu Lamas. Jinting Tia Long. Congratulations, graduates. You may turn off your cameras. Group 16, please turn on your camera. Hannah R. Lopatin, Anne Marie Lowe, Carrie Josephine McLaury, Allison Elizabeth McGuire, Logan Patricia Manchester, Sierra Markovitz, Jacqueline Nicole Martin, Drew Matthew Matlowski. Congratulations, graduates. You may turn off your camera. Group 17, please turn on your camera. William Edward McCarthy, Hannah Rue McKeever, Carlos Eduardo Mercado, Mariella Sky Metz Yaverino, Catherine Myers, Laura Morgan, Emily Wyatt Murphy, Kelly Ing, Rachel Elizabeth Nicholson, Shannon Ray Leilani Lee O'Donnell. Congratulations, graduates. You may turn off your cameras. Group 18, please turn on your camera. Liam Scott O'Keefe, Iman Wright, Lena Geraldine Asho Williams, Ashley Ray Perry, Catherine Mackenzie Pinkerton, Christopher Povoko, Isabel Kennedy Raposo, Sierra Ritu. Congratulations, graduates. You may turn off your camera.
Will the amazing group 19 please turn on your cameras? Olivia Ann Rossetti, Joseph John Sack, Aubrey Janice Sauer, Francesca Nicole Scaraggi, Madison Cass Schallhorn, Sherry L. Schoen, Susanna Rosenblum Sigler, Andrea Slater. Congratulations, you may turn off your cameras. Incredible group 20, please turn on your cameras. Bailey Lynn Smith, Clara Kate Snyder, Madeline Elsie Susie, Kelly Elizabeth Strickland, Jennifer Yun Sanu, Marjorie Thuan, Samantha A. Totman, Teresa Trant. Congratulations, you may turn off your cameras. Will the remarkable group 21 please turn on your cameras? Victoria Louise Trizona, Corey Elise Tuitt, Miranda Vilesvik, Shanshan Wang, Natalie Diane Weiss, Alex Werbitsky Earhart, Kathleen Mary Whittam. Congratulations, you may turn off your cameras. For the Master of Science, Library and Information Science, and the Master of Arts in Children's Literature, Professor Mercier, please join me on screen. Wonderful group 22, please turn on your cameras. Carrie Lynn Bradeen, Bethany Ives Campbell, Amelia Lauren Carolus Hager, Dina Delic, Anastasia H. Kuriakou, Daisy Magner, Kathleen Elizabeth Smith, Mariana Ryan Sorensen. Congratulations, everybody. You may turn off your cameras. For the Master of Science, Library and Information Science, and the Master of Arts in History, Professor Ortega, please join me on screen. Astounding Group 23, please turn on your cameras. Alyssa Marie Brophy, Joe Dutilloy, Carol Langenbucker, Megan Teresa Pino, Sean Patrick Plaistow, Nicole Marie Elizabeth Young. Congratulations. You may turn off your cameras. For the Certificate in School Library Teacher Program, Marvelous Group 24, please turn on your cameras. Karen Beth Bento, Tina Stovall. Congratulations. You may turn off your cameras, and congratulations to all our fantastic 2021 graduates. We love you and we wish you well.
Will the members of the inaugural class of the Interprofessional Informationist Advanced Certificate please prepare for conferral?
Family members, friends, loved ones, Simmons alumni, staff, and faculty, I have the honor to present to you the School of Library and Information Science for the Interprofessional Informationist Advanced Certificate. They have completed all of the conditions of scholarship by the faculty of the School of Library and Information Science. The names will be read by Professor Tang, founder and director of the Interprofessional Informationist Certificate Program. Please join me in congratulating Professor Tang and her colleagues. With the Institute of Museum and Library Service, in partnership with 7 academic health sciences libraries, the IPI certificate educates informationists, librarians, or information specialists qualified to engage in research and knowledge management services in clinical care or biomedical research. This 7-course program concludes with an embedded capstone supervised by researchers and clinical leaders in libraries. It's an example of how our faculty innovate to maintain Simmons' nationally recognized leadership in library and information science education.
Group 25, the amazing IPI Advanced Certificate people, please turn on your camera. Myrna Michelle Coney Robinson, Lisa Ann Connor, Justin Paul De La Cruz, Zan Yvette Goodman, Alyssa A. Grimshaw, Kate Lyon, Danielle Westmark. Congratulations, everyone. I just want to say that Dr. Eileen R. Martin from Conway Library of Medicine and I have been with you closely every step of the way. We really are very proud of you. You have overcome everything to arrive to this point. Congratulations. You may turn off your camera.
Thank you, Professor Tang. And I also extend my congratulations to these brand new informationists. It's an exciting day.
Dean Norman, I'm going to ask you to pause for a moment. We missed at least one student during the naming, and we don't want to miss any students during the commencement.
We don't want to miss anyone, no.
So I'm going to ask if Candace Alexander could turn her camera on if she would be re-promoted. And she is a Master of History student. And maybe as the Dean of the Ifill College, once she has a chance to get on screen, you would read her name.
I would be delighted.
Richard, we read her name earlier.
We did, but she wasn't on camera.
There she is. Candace Alexander for the Masters in History. Congratulations, Candace.
Thank you. You can pick up where you were going to begin, Dean
Great.
Norman.
Okay. Well, as I was thinking about today's graduate commencement exercise of Simmons College of Organizational, Computational, and Information Sciences and the Gwen Ifill College of Media, Arts, and Humanities, in the context of the pandemic that we've all experienced over the last 18 months, I was brought back, as I often am, to the wisdom of our namesake, Gwen Ifill, who was a member of the Simmons undergraduate class of 1977. And Gwen Ifill once said, "I was taught that the search for truth and the search for justice are not incompatible and are, in fact, essential." So certainly we share that belief. Gwen Ifill dedicated her career to asking hard questions with unfailing civility and to advocating for social justice. So in the next decades, I hope that your work, whatever it may be, continues in Gwen Ifill's spirit. Ask complicated and nuanced questions. Try to answer them with context, subtlety, and depth. Please provide education and knowledge and narrative and service that addresses justice and reduces the inequities that pervade our institutions. And please don't forget, Gwen Ifill never did, to laugh, to pursue joy, to develop rich relationships wherever you go from Simmons. And this brings us to the conclusion of the joint graduate commencement exercises of Simmons University, Gwen Ifill College of Media, Arts, and Humanities, and the College of Organizational, Computational, and Informational Sciences. I want to say again, congratulations to our new alumni and to your family and friends. On behalf of the trustees, the faculty, the staff of the university, from Dean Marie Desjardins, and from me, we wish you the best of health and we wish you success. Please take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Thank you to all of our guests for being part of this wonderful celebration.
I apologize again, Dean Norman. It does appear that we have another couple of students that may not have been called. So students, if you would raise your hands,
great.
We can promote you, but we don't know who you are. I see 3 hands at least, so we'll give it a moment and we'll see what programs they're part of. Thank you for your patience, faculty members.
Just want the festivities to continue.
Exactly. So the team will promote these folks with their hands up.
It's like a game show. We don't know.
That's right. And you can turn your cameras on once you're promoted.
Wonderful. We have Rebecca Delali Davies for the Masters of Science in Library and Archive Science. Congratulations, Rebecca.
The other students, you can feel free to turn your cameras on, please.
This is kind of fun. We have Amelia Carolus Hager, who is a dual degree student with a Master's of Science, Library and Information Science, and a Master's of Arts in Children's Literature. Congratulations, Amelia. And we have Lauren Bacon. And Lauren, can you unmute yourself and tell us what your program is?
Library science.
We have it for you, Lauren. So we have Lauren Bacon, who earned the Master of Science in Library and Information Science. Congratulations, Lauren. And wonderfully returning, we have Laurel Fisher, who earned the Master's of Arts in Children's Literature and the Masters of Fine Arts in Writing for Children. Congratulations again, Laurel, and thank you so much for your really inspiring comments. I think we have one more. Laura Morgan, who earned the Master of Science in Library Science. Congratulations, Laura, and your pets, especially for Professor Cloonan.
Thank you, Dean Norman, for your flexibility.
Yes, and once again, thank you to everyone. Congratulations to the graduates for your hard work and your accomplishments. And thank you to all of our guests for being part of this wonderful celebration today.